Read the question carefully first, then try to pick your answer. Okay, so let's read the question first. So, as I told you earlier, as I told everyone, that try to read the last line first. Why you need to do this thing in your exam? Because the last line contains the main question. So if you read the last line of the question, that means the ultimate question, not the last line actually. That's the question. Where is the actual question? Read it first. Because this thing will give you the idea of where you should go or what you should think. These questions are really confusing. Every question of USMLE is confusing, even though you know every detail of that particular topic they are asking question from. You need to think, and that's how your thinking begin. When you read the last line or the question proper, you have an idea where you should go. Now here you see that it says which of the following is the best estimate of the annual incidence of hepatitis C infection in IV drug abusers in town A. So they are asking about the incidence annually. That means in 1 year, what is the incidence of hepatitis C? And they also use these two terms, that best estimate. That means you may not get a proper number from these data, right? If it was a proper data, that means you have the data, everything you need to calculate the thing. They won't use these two terms, best estimate. They would just directly ask that what is the incidence rate. When they use this best estimate thing, you need to think there's some problem here. Okay, so let's now read the question. So you know where's the question is asking, where's the question is going. It is dealing with the incidence. Now, in a survey of 10,000 IV drug abusers in town A, 1,000 turned out to be infected with hepatitis C and 500 infected with hepatitis B. All right. So 10,000 drug abusers in the town A. These people, all of them are what? They are a risky population. These are people at risk, right? Now it says that 1,000 turn out to be infected with hepatitis C. What does it mean? When you ran the survey, you found 10,000 IV abuser, drug abuser. You found 1,000 hepatitis C patient already and 500 hepatitis B patient. They are already patient. What does it mean? Their prevalent case. Prevalence of the hepatitis C is 1,500 for hepatitis B because these are chronic disease, right? Once someone acquired this hepatitis C or B, this thing is present for a long period of time. Chronic disease. During 2 years of follow-up, you do the follow-up of those 10,000 people. 200 patients with hepatitis C infection and 100 patients with hepatitis B infection die. So they are dead. Now, when a person is cured or dead, you discard it from where? The prevalence, right? Okay, let's see. Also, during follow-up, 200 IV drug abusers acquire hepatitis C and 50 acquire hepatitis B, right? So these are the new cases. These 200 and these 50, these are the new cases. Now, which of the following, the main question, is the best estimate of the annual incidence of hepatitis C infection in IV drug abusers in town A? Let's read the options. The first one is the 1,000 divided by 10,000. Now they are asking about hepatitis C infection. But if you look at the question, the total population is 10,000. That's good. But 1,000 of them already have hepatitis C. What does it mean? They are prevalent case. Now this person who already have hepatitis C, they are not again risky population for hepatitis C, right? Because they already have it. Now, you cannot say that this person are at risk of developing hepatitis C. They have the hepatitis C. They are not in the people at risk group. So, if I go back in the incidence, as I told you earlier, look at the denominator. Look, here's the incidence. This is the number of new case, number of people at risk. What do you think? Who are the people at risk? The people who yet not have developed hepatitis C. The person who have developed hepatitis C are already prevalent case. The person who have not yet, they are the people at risk. But also we discussed that some of them are dead. Now these people are also not at risk. Now when a person is dead, that person has no chance to develop a disease. Now you need to discard that also. Now what is the number of dead person? 200 person, 100 person. These 300 people are dead. Now, this out of these 10,000 people, already you have 9,000 people who are at risk, and out of that 9,000, another 300 is discarded. So, people at risk in this 2 years period, because it is um, not so clear, because they are asking about annual incidence, 1 year of incidence. But in your question, they gave 2 years of data, 2 years of follow-up. So you're not sure when this person are dead. These 300 people, they are dead over 2 years. It can be they are dead at the very beginning of these 2 years. It can be they are dead all over the 2 years. It can be they are dead at the very end of 2 years. You don't know. But you need to have this thing in mind. Okay, these 300 people may be discarded from the risky group. Now, 9,000 is your risk population. Let's see if you have anything 9,000 or 8,700. Let's see. In your options, you have 1,000 divided by 10,000. It won't be the answer because this denominator, they are not representing the people at risk. Number B, denominator, not representing. Number C, denominator, not representing. Number E, denominator, not representing. Only number D is showing this denominator of your best estimate. It can be 8,700 if it was accurate like the question said. But as you see, the question is describing something over 2 years, but asking you the incidence of 1 year. And in your denominator, this is the only denominator that matches with your knowledge base. You know that these 1,000 people are already hepatitis C infected. Now, these 1,000 people will not be counted as risk group. So you need to get rid of that 1,000 people out of this whole risky population. You have just 9,000 people. Now, also, if you look, the incidence is 200. They gave you that 200 new people get the hepatitis C. But again, this thing is over 2 years. So you cannot say when these 200 people got the disease, whether they got it at the beginning, whether at the middle, whether at the end, you don't know. Now, only option that matches or that best estimates your answer is option D, which none of you choose. I don't know why, but the answer is D. So D is the answer. I think the person who didn't answer was like thinking, she was like thinking, oh my God, I know the answer. They don't know. I don't answer when they're using a question like this. I am the MVP. I don't answer. Something like this. I'm joking. So D is the answer here. Again, why D is the answer? Look at the denominator. This is the only denominator that matches your definition. Nothing else. Now you might ask me, okay, so here is 100, but they are asking about 200. Well, that's good. But they are saying that those 200 people got the disease over 2 years. But they are asking what is the incidence over 1 year? Maybe 100 people got the disease in 1 year, 100 in the next year. Who knows? Now, as your option, the best option out of all five is D, you need to pick D. You cannot say that, okay, it's not matching with my calculation, I won't answer this question. No, you can't say this. You need to pick an answer. You won't leave a question unanswered in your exam. You don't know it, you just play with your luck and pick something. You know a little bit of it, pick it. You know it perfectly, you should pick it. Now, that's how you need to find the answer. Okay, so this is a very tough question. I don't want to scare you off. Uh, Sometimes when you see this type of question in your exam, you may be perplexed that, oh my God, what I have read all these years and I don't know anything. This kind of thinking may come to your mind, but don't worry. Don't worry. This type of questions are very small in number, and usually they carry very small numbers. In USMLE, if you miss a very simple question, you might lose more marks or more points than if you lose a very difficult question. Because in USMLE, not every question carries the same mark. Some of them carry 4 marks, some of them carry 3 marks, some of them two, some of them one. If it is a very tough question, sometimes they say they are experimental question. If it is an experimental question, you may find out, oh my God, what is this? My life is doomed. I need to go back. I'll cancel my degree or anything. These kind of questions may not carry that much point. So don't be afraid if you find this type of question. What you need to do, keep your head cool, try to answer it. If you could, that's good. If you could not, no worries. And this type of questions in your biostat, I gave you at the very beginning, not to make you afraid, just to give you an idea that sometimes you need to use your thinking outside the box.